I am obsessed with sewing machines. What can I do? I'm a simple woman. I like sewing. Okay, Jenny, okay. You want to start to sew. I support that. But you don't want to spend 6 months out of your fiscal year hand sewing one dress. You need this. You need your first beginner sewing machine. And I love that for you. But I've been there. I know how it feels. It is, to put it mildly and kindly, a tad overwhelming. I remember trying to choose my first sewing machine, and I remember thinking, like, which one do I get? Like, what do I actually need? Which things are important or unimportant? What's the best one? And most importantly, which one is the wrong one? I am here to be your Polish pink sewing fairy godmother. Now try to help you choose your perfect first sewing machine. Just like your therapist, I am not here to tell you what to do. I'll try to tell you what I wish I had known when I was choosing my first sewing machine. If you want, I will tell you what I bought when I was choosing my first sewing machine and what I wish I bought with the knowledge that I have today. But let's start with you. There are so many options, and as a beginner, you don't even know what matters in a sewing machine, and heck, you don't even know if you actually want to fork out the money for a sewing machine for a new hobby that, who knows, may not even survive the first few projects. I mean, no judgment. I've been there too, okay? Back when I was choosing my first sewing machine, I remember being so hung up on the amount of stitches that the sewing machine had, because, like, why does this $500 sewing machine have 20 stitches, whereas this $300 one has 40 stitches? I obviously should get the one with more stitches, right?
Because that will give me so many more possibilities and so many more options, and I'll have so many fun things to try.
Right? Wrong. I mean, don't let me tell you anything. I guess it's kind of right. I mean, who wouldn't want to have a scalloped edge stitch that will give you a perfect scalloped edge, and you will use this just one time and then quickly realize that the scalloped edge of that stitch is just too small to be used as an actual edge, and you'll never ever use it again. But you have it, right? It's nice to have a lot of stitches, but if I could give you one advice, it would be, do not focus on fancy stitches. Focus on simplicity and essential functions of your sewing machine. What I wish somebody had told me when I was choosing my first sewing machine, and what I wish I had listened to with my ears wide open, is that the more complicated sewing machine doesn't mean a better sewing machine. In fact, a more complicated sewing machine might make it more difficult for you to start sewing and start learning. I'm going to tell you something really, really boring. I will not blame you for switching off that video after that, but what you really want and need in a sewing machine are two things: a straight stitch and a zigzag stitch, and maybe a buttonhole maker option thing. But buttonholes are also just a zigzag made like this. That's just a zigzag stitch. So really what you just need in a sewing machine is a zigzag and a straight stitch. That's it. I don't know if you're going to believe me when I say it, but trust me, 85%, maybe even more, of what you do when you're sewing, like actual sitting at the sewing machine, sewing, going, brrr, it's just a straight stitch. That's it. That's all it is. Even something as complicated as putting in a zipper, sewing pockets, sewing waistbands on a skirt, sewing necklines, sewing a corset top. It's all a straight stitch. I haven't used any other functionality of my sewing machine other than just a straight stitch. To make a whole top with a zipper and boning and a bra, and well, I have to fix it a little bit, so please subscribe if you would like to see that happen, because I do want to remake this top. It's let's call it a prototype. We are professional here. This is a mock-up. This is a prototype of a corset top that I really want for this summer. Anyway, majority of sewing is just a straight stitch. So focus on getting the best bang for your money by buying an awesome sewing machine that's simple. Don't pay attention to how many stitches it has, because you probably will hardly use them. That might be a time to tell on myself, and if you've been subscribed to this channel for a while, you already know that. Check out my video about all the sewing machines that I own. I bought an extremely fancy sewing machine that has anything and everything you could possibly wish in a sewing machine. It has God knows how many buttonholes. It has God knows how many decorative stitches and essential stitches, and you can adjust everything. You can literally make your own stitches on that sewing machine. I kid you not, because it's also an embroidery machine, and it costs about as much as my first car, and I hardly use it. It's gathering dust on my shelf, and like 3 times a year I'm thinking, should I like sell it? Should I sell it forward to someone else? And then I think, no, maybe this one time I will want to have an embroidered flower on my dress, and I never did. It can embroider names also, so I have hard time parting with it. But if I, knowing what I know today, had to buy it again, I would never do that. And also it's way less reliable and far more annoying than any of my simpler sewing machines that I own. Having said that, I would like you as a beginner to focus on finding the most simple, approachable sewing machine in your budget possible, is because the shortest amount of time between the inspiration struck, I want to make this or that, to I'm sitting at the sewing machine actually completing that project, the shortest that amount of time, the better. Now, the more complicated your sewing machine is to figure out, the longer that gap will become and the less likely you will be to complete your actual project. When picking your first sewing machine, please remember, it's exactly that. It's just your first sewing machine. You do not need to get it exactly right. Your first sewing machine is just there to help you start. It's there to help you learn, explore, and build your skills and your confidence. In a few years' time, you might realize what are the functionalities you really wish you had, what do you need, what you don't need, and that will help you choose your next more advanced sewing machine with even more confidence. Trust me, you do not need the most expensive sewing machine. You do not need a professional sewing machine when beginning. You do not need the most advanced one, the top of the line. Just choose something that feels approachable, that seems simple for you to use, and sit down at your first sewing machine and start your new project. And if you would like, I'll be very happy to be your pink Polish fairy godmother. I mean, I'm not always pink, but I always wanted to be a fairy godmother. Would you like to know what was my first sewing machine when I started sewing, and what would I choose if I got to choose my first sewing machine again? Well, if you answered no, I'm still going to tell you because it's my sewing channel. My first sewing machine was Singer Tradition 2250, and I still love that little white plastic box of a sewing machine. I had that machine for the longest time. I had it for many, many years. And the only reason I finally decided to upgrade, to buy something new, was because of sewing ergonomics. I was sewing so much, I was destroying my shoulders, and I realized I do have to research the ergonomics of sewing and had to adjust how I used to sew. And the type of sewing machine I owned was a big part of it. And if you would like to know something about the ergonomics of sewing, do let me know in the comments. It's not that important in the beginning, but if you think you'll be sewing a lot, it's good to get into that subject so you avoid having a Hulk shoulders like I do now, and I cannot get rid of them. And it also hurts all the time. Anyway, if I were to choose my first sewing machine again, I would definitely 100% get a vintage sewing machine. And there is so many reasons for that. I don't even know where to start. Like, first and foremost, many people are sleeping on vintage sewing machines. They are an incredible buck for your money because the quality of a sewing machine that you get with a random vintage sewing machine just surpasses anything and everything that you can get at the store for the same or similar price. Where I live, I can easily get a good quality vintage sewing machine for a fraction of the price of a new one. If you can, find people who are still fixing vintage sewing machines and support them financially. I am very lucky to have received this sewing machine as a gift from my future mother-in-law. That machine was serviced. It works like brand new because it was serviced by a professional who takes care of vintage sewing machines as a living. That's his profession. He's been doing it his whole life. So there are so many beautiful sewing machines going to the skip. I would love to save as many of them as possible. If you're on a budget, if you want a high quality sewing machine that will be strong enough to do anything you want it to do, please buy yourself a vintage sewing machine. And most importantly, unlike the modern sewing machines, they are extremely reliable, and if you just maintain them properly, they will keep sewing with you for years to come. I'll probably be able to give this sewing machine to my descendants if I will ever have any. Anyway, I did not wish to induce my own
midlife crisis,
but here we are in a sewing video. To summarize, focus on essential functions and not the fancy stitching. You probably won't need the fancy stitches as much as you think you will, unless you're a quilter or you just, roll differently than I do, and all the power to you. Do let me know in the comments how often do you need all of the stitches that your sewing machine has, because I criminally underuse them. Choose a machine that's approachable to use and easy to use to help get you started faster and easier. Remember, you do not need a perfect forever sewing machine today. You need something that will help you start sewing and help you learn as soon as possible. Have you already picked your first sewing machine? If yes, please let us know in the comments, and let us know why did you pick that specific one and what do you like about them. If you've been sewing for years, I don't know what are you doing in this video, but I love you. Thank you for watching, and let me know what are your favorite sewing machines or machine and why, because I am obsessed with sewing machines. What can I do? I'm a simple woman. I like sewing. So if you like sewing too, please subscribe. And do let me know if you have any other questions about sewing. I'll be happy to answer in the next video. I'll just discuss, how on earth do you actually start sewing? Because sometimes it's not as easy as it seems, unless I was just a little bit dumb when I began, because I remember feeling completely horrible and overwhelmed, and everything seemed like a big hurdle to get over. So if you would like a video on how to actually, start doing the sewing thing, how to start sewing, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. And thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I love you. Bye-bye.